Hurricane season is here in Jersey. Alex, you pitched a story about the New Jersey government playing favorites with taxpayer-funded generators. What do you got?
Well, we're going to see what happens, Bill, because the Office of Emergency Management is going to be getting 52 portable generators. The catch is, they're not going to get them till November, which is well after hurricane season. So, not going to have them yet this year. It's part of a federally funded program that's being administered by the state to put hookups for portable generators in gas stations across the state. And the vice president of the Gasoline and Convenience Store Automotive Association says people shouldn't expect the gas station near them to necessarily be open.
Then it's going to be a tug of war of who gets the generators. So, and I guess that's so that they can move the generators to best where they're needed.
Now, Copeland's also saying that the politicians behind this, they're not addressing the real reason that there were gas lines during Hurricane Sandy. It wasn't so much the power outages, it was the demand.
A lot of legislators just wanted to do something to make their constituents feel good. Oh, I know, we'll put generators in gas stations and everybody will get gas. Well, that's not the case. Again, we're going to end up with a bunch of well-lit stations with no gas.
Copeland lost power for 10 days during Sandy, and even though he doesn't recommend it to others, he was able to run his gas station with the 7,000-watt generator from Home Depot.
My story is probably one of the limited success stories. I think most guys didn't have such good luck. I know the guy down the street tried to hook up a generator and did a lot of damage to its electronics in the station.
The one good thing about these generators, they really can't be misused. They're trailer sized, they're huge, they're 60,000 watts, and if you hooked it up to your house, you'd fry every circuit in the place. So
it just doesn't make sense to me. Like, their big plan is 52 generators, select gas stations, and they're not going to deliver it until, well, almost at the end of hurricane season. Meanwhile, the other hundreds of gas stations out there that are worried about it, private business owners, are buying generators to get themselves equipped for the season.
Or townships to take surplus old military vehicles and give them to the police. Why on earth wouldn't it be okay to use old generators from the federal government and maybe upgrade our political petrochemical infrastructure a little bit? What's wrong with this?
So I was in New York during this crisis, and I saw the huge lines wrapped around the corners, and the big thing that I noticed that was important was getting these certain gas stations up so that they can trust that their police cars can get gas, that their emergency responders can get gas, and that doctors can get to the hospital. And that is why they would put them in strategic locations.
I would imagine that at least more than half of them now have, I don't know what the number is, but certainly enough of them, probably more than 52, have already gone out and put generators in there at the ready for the next storm. So the question is, how many of those are now going to line up and say, well, wait a minute, can I get a rebate on what I just paid for, because I'll be available for emergency
services? And under the program,
services.
they can get reimbursed.
Well, the other thing we didn't mention, too, is I always start grinning a little bit when I hear that New Jersey legislators are going to get something for free and then give it out to people. Who's going to get it, why, and in whose district are these gas stations? That's something I want to look into.
The spokesperson for the OEM, the Office of Emergency Management, says when the next storm comes, fill up your car.